In this video, we're going to be going over what I'm calling method 2, which is to use wall sweeps. And for this scenario, we're going to be creating base, crown, and chair rail in our fake scenario that I've set up here. What I've got in my imagination is a room, a bedroom, a bath, and then a living room here. And what I want to accomplish is in the living room, it's formal, or maybe it's a dining room. Let's call it a dining room. I want to put base in here. I want some chair rail in here, and then I want a pretty decorative crown. And then in the bathroom, I really just want base. And in the bedroom, I want base and a more simple crown. So let's talk about how I would go about doing this with wall sweeps. So the first thing is I'd need to get wall sweeps in here. So you can either create them from scratch, or you can take one of our pre-builts. Ideally, if you bought this package, you're going to want to use the pre-built. So that's what I'll do to start off with. And then we'll get into how to edit a system or a wall sweep a little bit later, because it is technically a system family with nested loadable families inside of it. So it gets complicated. So I'm going to go to our example project, and let's say we want to do craftsman. So I'm going to get down to the craftsman. I'm just going to grab our whole sweep wall, and I'm going to do Control C to copy it. And I'm going to go to my 3D view and do Control V and paste it in there. And I'm just going to set that down to the side. So now from here, once we've loaded those in, we can now go up here to the wall command. I can click the down arrow and hit wall sweep. And then over here, I can look at all the different wall sweeps that have been created. And I just loaded in all the craftsman wall sweeps. So we're going to do base. And now I can just go through here and I can select what walls I want my base on. And you can see how it goes along the whole wall. So this back wall here, it went through all of the rooms. And then I can put my base here. Now here's the one trick that's difficult with base or with a wall sweep is I want it on both sides of these walls, but it won't let me select the same wall twice. It's hosting it to the wall, not the face of the wall. So it doesn't see this side differently from this side. So I'm going to have to go back into the wall sweep command again, and I'm going to have to do a second sweep for this other side of the wall in those two rooms. Okay, so that is, again, there's different ways to skin a cat. This is going to be one of the difficulties you might have in this scenario. The other thing you'll notice is, oh, sorry, this is, my frame extensions are clear outside the wall. All right, so the other thing it does is wall sweeps are great because it automatically, if there's an opening in the wall, like a door, it automatically cuts the sweep for you. So you don't have to do it yourself, but it cuts it to the opening of the door and not the casing of the door. So you have to manually, to get this to look right, you have to select the wall sweep, and you'll get this little blue dot at the end of the sweep. You'll have to move it back to the edge of your door casing. And you'll have to do that for every opening. So let's click the wall sweep that's on this side. I'm going to change my angle here so that I can see. And I'm going to drag it back. Okay, so baseboard, so far so good, not too difficult. And then sometimes this annoys people, sometimes it doesn't. And I can't remember if you can use the join geometry command for this or not. Yeah, so it's not going to give you a line right there, even though they're supposed to be a line, because technically they're running through each other. Normally you'd use the join geometry command to get that to look right, but it's not going to. It's not going to let you. So again, that's another sacrifice that you're going to make for doing a wall sweep for your base. All right, now let's get chair rail in the living room. So I'm going to come over here to my chair rail. I showed you before, you can go up to the wall command and hit wall sweep, and we could find the craftsman chair, and we could place chair rail that way. Another way that I like to do it really quickly is just, we already have this here. Let's just click on it. And if you go up here on the modify tab, there's what's called the create similar. If you don't know this and use this on the daily basis, you should get to know it. I use it literally every day, all day. You click that and it'll, whatever you had selected when you clicked it, it will automatically have you start making that same thing. So it automatically selects the chair rail and puts me in the wall sweep command. So I'm going to do that real quick here. And again, you see it put it all along that wall. So we're going to have to correct that in a second. And then when we're done, we just click off into Oblivion and it finishes the command. So generally that looks good in the living room, except for it's running all the way along this wall. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure it's at the right height. Right now it's at 2 feet 8. Let's just say I want it at 3 feet, right under the window. So I'll set its height, and now I've got to bring this all the way back to here, which isn't that hard. But say I also wanted it in the bedroom, but not in the bathroom. That means I'd have to do another sweep. So I'm going to do the create similar command. and put it, let's just say we want it in the bedroom. And we'll click OK. But now, again, it's put it all the way across this wall. Now I need to drag it back here. So on this wall, we have 2 sweeps on the same wall. And it gets really complicated. If there was a door in this wall, this gets real messy. So you'll find that that's sometimes a weakness for the wall sweeps. Okay, I'm going to delete it out of our bedroom because we don't want it there. I just wanted to show you that example. Okay, now let's put our fancy crown in the living room, and then we'll put our dumbed down crown in the bedroom. So we have 2 crown options with Craftsman. We've got like this bigger, fancier, and then we've got the more standard Craftsman. Let's go here. We'll do our create similar command, and we're just going to slap it on the walls. And then I'm going to click off into Oblivion to terminate it. And then let's drag this back here. And there you go. Now we've got a fancier crown in there. And then we can do this more basic crown using the create similar command to put it in the bedroom. Oops. Let's try that again. I accidentally hit the escape button instead of clicking off into Oblivion. So now it's telling you that there's some sweeps overlapping, and you're just going to click OK because you know that that was going to happen, and you know you've got to come drag this back into that room. There you go. And that's really basically it. I kind of want to maybe give you one more example in this bedroom. And that is if you maybe had, I don't know, maybe a wing wall or an accent wall. Let's do an accent wall. So let's go to the floor plan. We'll use the create similar. Let's say you had a furring wall in front of this wall like that. Maybe you were trying to, okay, so you kind of have this pop out and maybe your bed goes in front of that wall, but you'd like the crown and the base to wrap around that. So in this scenario, I wouldn't bother. I would probably just let that sweep through. Well, now it's popping through. So we're going to have to correct that. So we're going to pull this back to here. And then in order to get the crown here, we're going to have to do another sweep on this wall. So I'm going to do create similar again, and I'm going to sweep that whole wall. It's going to give me an error that says you've got duplicate elements. I'm going to click OK, I know. And then this time I'm going to drag that to there, and I'm going to drag that to there. And then the base, it's up to you if you want to do the same thing. It's not popping through the wall, so if you're feeling lazy that day, you could leave it. If it were me, I'd probably correct it because I can't stand stuff like that. I also probably wouldn't, if I had this complicated of a situation, I don't think I'd use wall sweeps. I very rarely use wall sweeps just because it starts to get really complicated. You can see we're still trying to work on one room, and we're doing a lot of different wall sweeps. Okay, so to get it to wrap around this wall along the base and the crown, we're going to do another sweep for the base. So I'll do create similar, and I'll just sweep it there and click off into Oblivion, and it'll stop it. And it does an okay job, but it needs to return back here. So I'm going to click on the sweep, and there's this little button up here. When you've selected a sweep, it says modify returns. You're going to hit that, and you tell it where you want to what edge you want to modify. So you click there, and it automatically turns the corner for you. And then now you take this blue dot and you drag it back to the wall. And then you've created your return. But similar to these other intersecting walls, it's not going to put, it's not going to let you join geometry to get that line there, which really probably only matters in 3D. In interior elevations, it's not going to matter. And in a rendering, it's not going to matter either. So it's really just this 3D view that it affects. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to click the sweep, then hit modify return, and then click that edge, and then drag that little thing back. So now you've wrapped it. We're going to do the same thing with the crown, create similar, and then select the edges to modify. Oh, it didn't like that. This is another problem I've run into. Sometimes it just won't do it, or sometimes I have to restart the project and then it will do it. Depending on what Revit version you're using and what Revit feels like that day, it may or may not work. So we're going to hit modify return on this side, click that, and it doesn't seem to want to do it. So in this case, this is where it's good to have other options. It's not going to do it for us. So we're going to move on to a different option. You could break your head trying to figure out what Revit's doing and why it works on the base, but it won't work on the crown. but sometimes it's not worth the brain damage it's going to cause. So I would move on to the first method I showed you, which is to create an in-place family. And you could just really quickly create a sweep there. Or we could use a curtain wall to do it. Or if you really wanted to get inventive, you could create a standalone family that's just a crown, that's a model line-based family. There are multiple ways to do it. So this was a good example so you could see some of the weaknesses and strengths of using wall sweeps. All right, that's it for method 2. Join me in the next video for the next option we could try.